Welcome to week 4 of the vlogs. It's amazing, we're on a roll here, and I want to thank you all for the amazing questions that you asked in last week's vlog. I will be answering those later in this vlog. But let's get started with this week, shall we? Living my best life, the plaid life. More are coming! You have a herd coming after you. Or a flock.
My coffee and then anymore.
There's a wild Pokemon! Gotta get that one! Get him! He's fleeing! Oh no, the wild Pokemon's gonna get away! Alright, throw the Pokeball, gotta get him! I don't need an escort because I'm ace. I wanna go home. I want to go home so bad. Out running errands, have to go get rent money, and I made a sale on Etsy. So I am sending this over to the post office now. I am so thankful for the sales on Etsy. You guys are my heroes. Thank you very kindly. Can you tell who's been working? He's covered in mud and water. This is the dirtiest he has ever been from the dog park. But he had fun. At least he had fun. Right? Right. Well, today has been really fun, and I didn't actually end up filming a whole lot. I am so sorry. I just, I hung out with a friend, we went to IHOP in the middle of the night, and then early in the morning, we went to Walmart, and we just wandered around Walmart like weirdos, and I almost ended up buying a fish. I kind of regret not taking a picture of the fish, because that was a beautiful fish, but wasn't in my right mind, I guess, to take a picture in Walmart, because they always yell at you if you do. But I didn't end up buying the fish. And then I went Pokemon hunting with my brother, and then went thrift shopping, and I wanted to go thrift shopping so that I could find porcelain dolls. And the reason why I wanted to go get porcelain dolls is, first of all, I am a doll collector. I love dolls very, very much. But I really wanted to go get porcelain dolls for my Etsy account so that I can start making creepy dolls, because I have seen so many of these really cool custom-made creepy porcelain dolls, and I badly want to do that. So if anybody is interested in those, hopefully I can start making those and get them up on my Etsy. But I went to 3 stores. I did end up buying a lot of random, fun, cute stuff that I liked, and a new tripod, which is what you're sitting on right now. Yay you, my arm's not gonna hurt so bad, because my other tripod got broken by Nepeta. Looking at you, Nepeta, who is staring at this new tripod with curiosity and wonders of how she can break this one. Don't do it. Oh! She just scoffed at me. I don't know if you could hear that, but she literally just scoffed at me for saying that. But I went to 3 thrift stores, and at one of them, there was a Dave Strider cosplayer. Believe it or not, there was a Dave Strider cosplayer who was probably like 13 or so. And it was really funny because I saw them and I was like, they don't have a symbol, but I'm going to assume by the aviators that they are wearing that they are trying to be Dave Strider. And then as we were wandering around the store, the grandma called them by their regular name, and I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, okay, fine, Dave. And I was like, I knew it. Good job me. And so I didn't end up going up and talking because they were like 13, but I was like, yay, a cosplayer! And stuff. And then at the 3rd store, because I didn't find any dolls at the 2 other stores, but at the 3rd store, I was able to find some really nice ones. Like, look at her! She's fierce, and she will look very creepy. I'm excited for that. And I did find 2 other ones that are adorable and can be made even more adorable by making them creepy. So I am excited for that, but the weird part is whenever I first walked in, they have most of their porcelain dolls, not all of them, but like the ones in boxes, they have them behind the counter, because those are the better, higher, elite porcelain dolls. So they're very protective of them. And so I walked in and I'm looking at the stuff, and she was like, can I help you boys? And I was like, oh shit, we're gonna have problems, because the way like her demeanor, and I am in Oklahoma, which is a very conservative place, I was like, oh shit, this isn't gonna be fun. And I was like, yeah, actually, I really like the stall up there, so I think I'll take that one. And she just kind of was like, oh, okay, well, she is lovely and blah de blah. And I'm like, okay, maybe we won't have a problem. That's great. I was happy for that. So she like gets her down and hands her to me, and I was like, thank you. And like, then I looked to my brother and I was like, do you want to keep looking around and stuff? And he was already looking around, so I was like, okay, so I start following him. And she was like, wait, are you gonna keep looking around? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, I'll keep her behind the register. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, I understand policy. I really do. Like, I was like, okay, cool, thank you. I literally told her, like, oh, well, cool, thank you. And so we keep walking around, and I actually ended up finding these 2 that weren't in boxes, so you guys aren't as high and elite. I'm so sorry, girls. But I found them, and I was like, oh yes, I need those ones. So I start carrying them around, and I'm like carrying them all around the whole store. And then I'm hearing this lady, as I'm looking at these girls, she was talking to another coworker, and it's like, yeah, I handed it to him, and then I think he was gonna head for the door, because I saw him heading for the door, and I'm like, really? Really? Are we kidding? Yes. Here I am, this, you probably assume, young little teenage boy. I am so going to walk out of a store and steal a porcelain doll. Really? So I was like, alright, we're already gonna have problems. I hope, like, this transaction goes well, sort of thing. So we get done looking around, and I go up to her again to collect the doll, and she was like, okay, so, oh, you got these lovely dolls, and blah de blah, they're so cute. so do you have little girls at home that you're gonna give them to? And I was just like, yeah. I was like, quick, just don't say. Like, no, they're for me to turn creepy, because she seemed to love the dolls and want to protect the dolls, which I understand. My dolls that are specifically my dolls that I have, I don't want to touch. I don't want to turn creepy, so I understand being protective of cute little dolls. But they are also her product to sell. So I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, yeah, because we get doll collectors in here and stuff like that, and I think it's just wrong when they're not given to little girls. And I was like, just smile and nod, just smile and nod. Well, then she was like, so you have nieces or something that you're gonna give these to? And I was like, alert, alert, alert. Oh god, I'm not good at lying. I'm really not. So I just gave her a factual statement rather than just saying like, oh no, they're for me to turn creepy. I just was like, oh yeah, I actually, like, my aunt just adopted her nieces, and I have cousins, and it's Christmas. That's literally what I could get out. She was like, oh, well, yeah, they're gonna love these. They're just so cute and blah, blah, blah. And she keeps looking at them like they're the cutest things on earth, which I agree, they're cute, but holy shit, they're your product, and don't question somebody who's buying a product. I used to work retail. I sold weird things to people all the time. Old ladies, I got to sell the dollar store romance novels. Ooh, hot diggity dog. And I even sold an old guy tampons. I'm not gonna ask questions. Like, oh, is this for your wife, your new girlfriend, your daughter? I don't care. They could be for his wife, his new girlfriend, his daughter, or he could stick him up his own cooch that I may not know about. I don't give a shit. You're selling a product. If you care so much about the doll and it's that cute to you and you want it to go to a little girl, then you buy it, give it to a little girl, that's fine. It's just a weird world that we still live in. But I am actually very excited because this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I have the money now for it to spend a little extra to create things that I've always wanted to create. And yes, I did buy only girly things today, and I'm excited about that. I'm happy about that. I love cute little things, and also because I love cute little things to turn a little bit creepy, because that's just who I am. Call it what you will, but it's just cute and harmless fun to me. But yeah, I had a lot of fun today, and I'm sorry that I didn't film a lot of it at all. I am so sorry for that, because I do want to film a whole lot more. It's just whenever you're put in awkward situations and whatnot where filming in public is still kind of frowned upon, and I still get kind of awkwarded out about it. But I'll get better. I really believe that I will get better as we keep vlogging together. So in the comments down below though, I want you to tell me what your aesthetic is, because I just told you my aesthetic is like the cute creepy thing. So what is your aesthetic? Because I know everybody has different ones. Also, one of my aesthetics is plaid. Plaid for life.
Why are you documenting this? You got the one with the cat or the one with that cool sun? Oh no! No! I don't like this noise.
Yeah, no.
Hell yeah. It's done, that's it? Oh my god. Oh!
It's the birthday chair.
Birthday chair!
In a quite interesting place.
Ooh cha! Ooh cha! Ooh cha! Where's that chocolate? Look at what happened! No! My birthday mochi!
Happy birthday. I'm so excited. I got a French press, and it is used, but that's alright. I'm not afraid of a little tetanus. with my budget. Unfortunately, this is as fancy as I can get with coffee in my French press, but I thought I'd try it out. Not a sponsor, by the way, not a sponsor. I've got my coffee. It is amazing. I have my laundry because everything's dirty and I haven't done it in a month. It's time to make today useful. Doing laundry, because I have to wear these tight pants because mine are muddy. I've gone to beekeeping things before, and I really wish that I could keep bees. So my family went to a beekeeping thing that I've gone to in the past, but I had to work so I couldn't go this time. But I didn't want honey, I wanted a bee. I specifically asked for a bee. And the son of the beekeeper that we know came through for me. I'm so excited. I've always wanted my own pet bee. I just love bees and I hope that I can keep more one day. He gave me this little guy to start out with and he's so adorable. I'm so thankful. Let's get the Q&A started. So last week I asked you for cosplay questions, and I did receive a few cosplay questions, but I also received regular other day questions as well. So I'm going to answer a cosplay question first, but I'll answer as many questions as I possibly can. The very first one is talking about having a long-haired wig, and they can't detangle it because they don't have detangling products, but they want to know what they can try to do to not damage it and detangle it all at the same time. If you already have regular hair conditioner, I recommend a little goes a long way, just using a little bit of your regular everyday hair conditioner, putting it through, trying to work those tangles out with the conditioner in, and then rinse it off. Never brush your wig while it is wet. Rinse it off, let it dry, and then brush it out, and hopefully that'll work. The other thing that I have done that I highly recommend for long wigs, especially if they are frizzing, is using yogurt. Just plain old straight up yogurt. It doesn't matter the brand, just so long as there is no flavor. I have used it, it works wonderful. Just put the wig in a giant vat of yogurt, let it soak for 24 hours, try to work out the tangles after 24 hours with the yogurt still on it, then rinse it off. It will still have a smell, so I highly recommend using some perfume, but then brushing it once it is dry and it will be full and beautiful, at least the one that I did. So I highly recommend doing that on a budget. And then, what is my zodiac sign? I am a Pisces. Is Hiei your therapy dog? No, Hiei doesn't have any training. He also is not certified for anything. He is just my pet. I do need a therapy dog. I've looked into it, but I cannot afford it right now. And Hiei would not be able to be the one, so that hasn't happened just yet. Any tips for adding more hair to a wig? Hair extensions, but you gotta get hair extensions that are the same fiber as the wig that you already have, but adding them, just finding the weft that the hair is already attached to on the wig and sewing below that on the weft line. And I have done that. It makes it fuller and you can add length. It is absolutely great. It just takes a long time because you have to hand sew it on, but if you hand sew it right, it'll work just like the wig always works. Do not put it through the sewing machine unless you are very careful and you can like hide the hair and whatnot, because you don't want that tangling in your machine. But I think that goes to common sense. When am I going to do live streams again? Well, those were never planned. I never had a schedule for when I was going to be doing my live streams, so I will do live streams whenever I possibly can. I haven't fully given up on them, it's just I haven't had time right now, but I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. What kind of cat is Nepeta? As far as we are aware from what the vets have said and what we can just guess, she is just a very large tabby cat. That is all we know. And then, how do you change a short bob wig into Otebek's hairstyle from Yuri on Ice? Alright, so you never want to cut too close to the weft. You just want to cut as close as you possibly can, but always make sure there is just a little bit of overlap to the next one. So if the weft is up here and you got a little bit of gap here, then go a little below even that weft. Cut it, but always be careful. Always cut it to the shape of the head, like on the person's head who will be wearing that wig. Cut it on their head, because everybody's head is different and it will stretch the wefts different ways. Or I have seen people use fur. So fake fur, little fur patches that you can get from either the fabric store or you can get from the craft stores. Get it to the same color, paste it, or hopefully like sew it on to the wig, and then you can shave it to the length that you need so that it's shorter. And then how do I set my troll makeup without it being too cakey? Alright, so I know that this is really weird sounding, but it depends on the product that you are using. If you are using Maron or an oil-based makeup product like I do for my trolls, I cannot use cornstarch baby powder at all. I will make a cake on my face, and from reading the question it almost sounds like that is what you are experiencing. Maybe you have an oil-based makeup and you are putting setting powder on it, but the setting powder is cornstarch. Well, if you add oil and cornstarch together, you make a cake. So getting talcum baby powder, that is the best setting product for Maron, or you can get the sprays that they sell, but those are more expensive, and I've only used them once, and a little bit is what they give you for a very high price, and well, it still kind of works exactly the same as having just the baby powder on, in my experience at least. If you are using a water base and it's becoming cakey with setting powder, I don't know how that would be happening, so I don't know what to tell you there. Maybe just getting the spray from the brand that you are using at that point. But yeah, if you are using an oil base, then I recommend talcum powder. I know that a little comes off. That was a part of the question, is that a little bit will still get on everything. Unfortunately, even with the setting sprays, I have had the exact same situation. It's just gonna come off. Now, I know that a lot of people, and this is a more pricey option, a lot of people have been airbrushing their makeup on, and that makes sure that it's not going to transfer as easily and whatnot, but that is more expensive, more time consuming, so it is up to you on what you can afford and do. Who would dislike this? Somebody with an opinion. What kind of dog is Hiei? Hiei is a Corgi Dutch Shepherd. So he is just a little tiny thing. Alright, and a question that I got a lot, and I have been getting a lot, is where is KE? Your guess is as good as mine, friend. There's the answer to that. Your guess is as good as mine. How do you style your wigs? Mainly the ones for Homestuck. I style my wigs by I cut them and then I style them with Got To Be Glued hairspray. I love Got To Be Glued hairspray because it holds up, and even in Oklahoma winds, it holds up amazingly. And you can make spikes with it. You just make a little bit of a spike, you spray the top, or you spray your finger and then you work it through. Amazing stuff. I highly recommend it. So those are all of the questions that I received as of when I am filming this. Thank you all very much for asking, and I hope to do more Q&As in the future. At the post office once again! I just slapped myself in the face with that. At the post office again. There you go, you can just get married at Goodwill. What a good idea. That'll do it for this week's vlog. Thank you, artful friends, for joining me throughout the weeks. And if you're not an artful friend just yet, please do subscribe. And down in the comments, I have a challenge for all of the amazing artful friends out there. Greet somebody down in the comments. Say hello. Start a conversation. I think here at Artful Impersonator we can grow this community even more to be a very fun, positive, and helpful as far as giving cosplay tips to one another channel. So down in the comment section, let's keep it fun and positive. And I will see you all next week. Bye.